This is Next Level Leadership Podcast, and welcome to another insightful episode. And I hope you are doing well, and I really hope you are keeping warm in this cold winter. Today, I want us to talk about a high-performing mind. One of the important things that we need to understand is that our minds are the most valuable assets that we have. When you train your mind with purpose, discipline, and care, you will unlock levels of success and fulfillment you never thought were possible or you never thought existed. For you to function at the pinnacle, for you to function at a place of high performance, there's certain things that you need to be aware of. And I want to share just 10 things that will help you to have a high performing mind. The first thing that you need to be aware of, or that you need to know to have a high performing mind, is that you need to understand that peak performances, they start with mastering your mindset. So peak performances, they start with mastering your mindset. Your thoughts shape your actions. Training yourself to think with clarity, optimism, and resilience will always lay a foundation for success. Not only a foundation for success, but a solid foundation for success. So when you train yourself to think with clarity, when you're always optimistic and you are resilient, that is a solid base. It's a solid foundation. It's a solid foundation for success in order for you to have a high performing mind. The second thing you need to be aware of, in order to have a high performing mind, you need to understand that mental discipline is built through consistent habits. Those habits, your daily routines, those things that you do on a daily basis, you taking time to reflect, planning, those pauses that you do, those things, they help you to strengthen your ability to focus even under pressure. So to understand that mental discipline is built through consistent habit. The third thing that you need to be aware of in order to have a high performing mind is that stress can fuel growth when managed intentionally. Stress can fuel growth when managed intentionally. Rather than avoiding stress, you need to channel it to purposeful actions that will build toughness and adaptability. So in as much as stress is not good, but stress, when channeled in the right way, it will be a good thing and it will help you when it comes to toughness and adaptability. The fourth thing that you need to do in order to have a high performing mind is that visualization prepares your brain for success. When you imagine yourself executing tasks or goals, it activates a certain power within you, and that power will boost your confidence and it will actually push you to get results. That's the fourth one. And the fifth one, the fifth aspect, or the fifth thing that you need to be aware of in order to have a high performing mind, you need to understand that rest and recovery are non-negotiable. So in order to perform at the highest level, you need to rest. You need to give yourself time for your brain to actually recover. You need to come to a place whereby you are able to balance, you are able to thrive on balance, sleep breaks, and a downtown rejuvenation, so that you're able to be creative and you are able to sharpen your focus. The sixth aspect about having a high performing mind, you need to understand that emotional regulation will always determine how well you perform. Learning to pause before reacting keeps you calm in challenges and improves decision making even under pressure. So you need to be a person who is okay when it comes to your emotion. You need to be in a place whereby you are emotionally stable. You need to be in a place whereby you are in a good emotional state, so that you are able to perform at that highest level when it comes to your mind. The seventh aspect of a high performing mind is that curiosity keeps your mind expanding. The more you're curious, the more your mind will expand. Constant learning, exploring new ideas, and asking better questions, it prevents stagnation and it inspires innovation. So you need to be able to come to a place whereby you are always asking questions. You are always asking the right questions as well. You are always asking questions. You are always in a place whereby you are willing to explore ideas. You are in a place whereby you are curious. So that will always help you to function at a high performing mind. The eighth aspect of a high performing mind is that you need to understand that clarity guides every thought and action. When you know why you are doing why you are doing, when you know why you want what you want, it's not easy for you to be easily distracted. Distractions, they lose their power when your motivation depends. Distractions, they will always lose your power when your sense of purpose is clear, and when you are strongly motivated. So you need to understand that a clarity of purpose will guide your thoughts and action. The ninth aspect of having a high performing mind is that feedback will always fuel growth, not insecurity. When you are a person who's always used to feedback, that will always push you to go to the next level. It will push you to pursue growth, by seeking constructive input, and using it to improve. It will shape your skills and build humility and strength. So you must not be afraid of feedback if you want to have a high performing mind. And the last aspect of having a high performing mind is that excellence is a result of small wins repeated daily. For you to have a high performing mind, you need to have a great sense of achievement. You need to have for you to have a high performing mind, you need to understand that great achievements, they are not a one-time breakthrough. They are an accumulation of consistency and intentional effort over time. Your mind is the greatest asset that you have. When you train it in purpose, when you train it in discipline, and when you take care of it, you will unlock levels of success and fulfillment you never thought were possible.